Hello everyone, I'm back again. Give you another couple of snippets of my insights into running a youth football team. Just another reminder, mine are under 18s, so they're probably coming kind of to the end of a lot of the game time that players will be playing, really, in terms of their, if you like, youth careers. And some may continue going into senior football, and some may drift off into finding other hobbies and other activities. It's been a couple of days. I apologise for that. The reason was I probably just didn't really feel like posting a video because last Sunday was a cup game. Excuse me. And fair to say, we got a bit of a hammering, really, in the cup against a very well-drilled opposition. They had 3 or 4 coaches that came with them. Taking nothing away from them, they're a very good side. For those that don't know, my team, I've had to pretty much rebuild this season after I had 12 players that decided they just wanted to stop playing football after so long, which is fine. They'd had enough and wanted to go off into other things. Some had college courses that they had to commit to and apprenticeships and jobs. Some have got girlfriends and other social lives that they want to kind of participate in. So football can be a big ask to be there on a Sunday afternoon in, the wind, the rain, the shine, whatever the weather may bring. But anyway, staying on a positive note. So we had to assess what we were going to do. Also had a lad sent off last week, which didn't help things at all. In the end, I think the game became a bit of a farce, if I'm honest, where players kind of not really staying to the game plan and pretty much doing what they wanted. So I had to go away and reassess around what I wanted to do, which was to ask those lads, those are my players, what do they want to do? Do they want to carry on as a team, or do we want to unfortunately fold and step away? And I was more than prepared to pay the fine that the FA would hand to us, and we'll move on. And I'll find another activity and give them a time to something else, and they can go off and join other teams or stop playing or do whatever they want to do. So training came around. I'd put out a plea on the chat to them all, to the parents. I wanted as many as possible there, please. Last week I had 6, which again never helps you as a coach. Around kind of like if you want to install a new style of play, you're just going to struggle a lot. So did have a really good turnout. Had pretty much the majority of the squad arrive and turn up, which was good to see. Also had the benefit of a full kind of playing pitch to play on, because we have to share facilities with other teams and be mindful of that. It is what it is. It's a great facility that we have. The club that I actually played for, I probably never mentioned them, is Kirby Muxloe in Leicestershire, or managed for. So really great facilities put on there. So we had the benefit of pretty much half of that pitch there last night. And it was a really good training session. But first and foremost, I did ask the lads what they wanted to do, let them get into a huddle. I stepped away for a second. I pretty much knew what the answer would be, that they wanted to continue, which was good news. But I've also given them a few terms and conditions of that they've got to start sticking to the game plan and not making their own changes on the pitch, because I'm there watching from the sidelines, as a coach manager would, and you can see the gaps and the holes and the lack of plays that maybe they miss, in the hum and drum of playing inside the match. So, yeah, hopefully this Sunday we're back to the league. Again, we've got tough opposition. It's actually a team that my son used to play for. So I'm really going to change things up. Won't say too much here. Not for any reason that I'm some big professional club, but I don't want to get into kind of the boring kind of technicalities of that around who's what and what's where. But it's just to say that things have got to change. So they will change. So I probably will be asking some players to play in a position that maybe they're, I wouldn't say unfamiliar with, but maybe they've not played previously. Now, that could be a risk, because people say, well, they should know the positions and stick to them. You wouldn't stick kind of Ronaldo in goal, would you? Well, no, I'm not saying anything as drastic as that. My goalkeeper is fantastic, that I've currently got. So we're just going to build out from that. But like I say, some changes need to be made. And I think you as a potential coach, you may come across that, that sometimes the players will kind of vote with their feet, literally, and probably make their in-play decisions. Sometimes it can be very frustrating when that happens, and trying to kind of get that across to them on the pitch. So again, it's good to perhaps have your leaders within each kind of section of the pitch, really. So not only have you got your captain, but maybe the players that are going to encourage, the players that are going to talk more than others, and be actively encouraging their teammates to kind of like change up. And again, It's about the way that you kind of have your pre-match discussions, make sure you've got their attention. That's something else that really is a bit of a bugbear of mine. I've got lads kicking balls and not paying attention. So again, we make sure that the balls go back into the ball bag. Seems strange saying that really, but that everything's a way that I've got their full attention really, and break up the little chit chats that they're going on, phones away. They shouldn't have the phones out anyway. But again, I've kind of laid these ground rules out, so hopefully we should see a massive improvement this Sunday. And for me, as a manager, it's not even about the losing. The losing I can take, really. And you've got to kind of take that on the chin sometimes, that it's two teams on a pitch. It's 50-50, anything can happen there. But I want them to kind of play with a bit of passion and enjoy the football, really. And it doesn't matter if we do lose, but at least we've given it a go and we've come off with a little bit of pride on the pitch. I just feel that last Sunday, there was just a lack of pride, really, and I think some players gave up. But what was interesting is some of the players that I thought might give up and thought might give a little bit of attitude, we actually had a few smiles on the faces and were actually playing. It's not that they found the situation funny, but they could see the humour in it and they just started to enjoy it and knocking around the ball. And to be fair to the opposition, they were absolutely fantastic about it and they kind of took their foot off the accelerator for us. They could see what was happening and how the game was playing out. And that's really when sport brings people together, and the power of football, and it can do some good, And I think my lads have learnt a lot from last week. And to anybody out there that's a budding coach, I've got a vacancy, I've got an opening, I'm not probably the technically minded footballing supremo that I probably think I am. So if anybody is prepared and wants to step into it, even under 18s level, then please drop me a line. You know where I am. Please give me a like and a subscribe. You never know, this might be a platform into other things. And again, just let me know if there's anything that you want to discuss and give me some feedback. Take care, guys, and wish me luck for Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye.